Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It is Mike here with Mike's Drones and More, guys, and today I'm starting the build here. This is the iFlight XL5. This is the new drone freestyle 5-inch frame that I'm going to be building. So the first step in your build is you're going to want to put your basic frame together, which you can kind of see I've already done that. So there's the bottom, and then you can see where the arms go into the mid plate, and then there's the middle plate. So now next what I'm going to do is I've already soldered up my flight controller, and again I'm using the HGLRC. This is the the F4 V5 Pro board. This is the one I used on the other one, and I really like this board a lot. So I'm not a perfect solderer, but I try and do my very best. So what I'm going to do is they give you these longer screws here, and these are going to go in those 4 ports there. This is a 30 by 30 stack. So you just basically run them underneath the bottom through the top there, and then your flight controller, and then they give you these little short guys right here, and these will work. If you're going to do a battery mounted on the top, these work fine, but I'm going to do my battery mounted on the bottom. So I've got extra set of screws there that I'm going to be using, so that way I can set my flight controller up higher. That way I can slide the battery strap underneath it and have plenty of room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that all put together, and then I'll show you guys the next part. Okay, so here we are, guys. You can see the flight controller is mounted, and you can see I use those taller standoffs under there, and that's that way I can put my battery underneath. I like to mount my batteries on the bottom, but that's the cool thing about building drones, is that you can customize them. You can basically build them however that you want to. So here's going to be the top plate. So you can see I've still basically got plenty of room under there for all the insides and everything like that. And that's going to kind of be what it's going to look like. Now, I'm using these Racer Star motors. I really like these a lot. These Racer Star motors, these are the 2205, and these are the, what are they, the 2300 kV motors. So I really do like those a lot. They don't have a lot of power, but they're really nice. I do like them. So that's again what it looks like underneath on the top. Alright, so I was going to try and actually reuse these ESCs from a different build, but unfortunately the wires are a little bit short, so I'm basically going to be using the motors, and then what I'll do is I'll just, I've got another set of ESCs I can use, and I'll use these as backups or spares or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start on that, and I'll show you guys when I'm done. You can see the motors are mounted onto the frame, and I took off those old ESCs. So in their place, I'm going to be using these new ESCs that I got. Haven't used that. These are the Fury Bee branded. I think they're the Little Bee, basically. So they're BL Heli. They're 30 amp, and they are capable of 2S up to 6S. And this is what I'm running on my other build as well. So, and it performs really, really nice. So, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, like I always do, put a little bit of sticky tape down on the arm, so that way that the ESC stays in place. And then I'll be trimming the wires up to where I need them. I'll solder the motors to the actual ESCs, and then I'll show you guys when I get back, when I'm all done with that part. Alright guys, so I've gotten all the ESCs. They are sticky taped down, and so next what I'm going to do is I'm just going to solder up the pads on the ESCs, and then I'll be shortening the wires, and then once I do that, I'll show you guys the next step. Okay guys, so here it is. So I've gotten the ESCs are all soldered up to the individual motors. Here we go, and I've gotten the wires cut to where I want them to be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip those wires, and then I'm going to start pre-tinning them, and then I'm going to start hooking them up to the individual pads, and then the signal wire will go to the signal, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to start on that little task, and I'll show you guys when I am completed with that part. Okay everybody, so you can see that I've gotten all of the wires for the ESCs wired up, all the signals in all the grounds. I've gotten my VTX. I'm just using a cheapy antenna right now just to do testing. Power lead is hooked up. So let's go ahead and shoot this sucker with a little bit of power and let's see how it does. Look. Alright guys, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and plug it in. Alright, ESC is properly booted up. Everything is good. We got power, no smoke, so we are good. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hook up my my actual camera, and then after that I'm going to hook up the receiver. I've already got those soldered up, so they're pretty much plug and play at this point. And then I'm basically almost ready to go. Alright everybody, so you can see that I've hooked up the receiver, and I've also hooked up my camera right there on the front, and there's the VTX antenna, and I've powered everything on, and everything has video, and we are good to go. So we'll go ahead and finish this up, and I'll button it up and I'll show you guys what it looks like when I am done. Alright everybody, so here it is. This is the finished product. So just wanted to show you really quick back here. That's that 3D printed part with the antenna. So it's not hitting the carbon fiber, which is nice. And I did put an extra zip tie right there to kind of hold that battery lead back. There's the camera all hooked up. That's the Foxeer Micro, or Predator Micro. And then there's my receiver, and I've got a little cable tie just to keep it up there. One thing also I wanted to show you guys is, if you kind of look under there, you'll kind of notice there's some hot glue. So I always add hot glue onto the top of my, where my ESCs hook up and everything like that. So there's the side. The ESCs are all taped up. There is my dowel props on here. There's my motors, iFlight, and then here's what it looks like from underneath. Everything is all nice and super clean. So it turned out to be a really nice build. So already tested out the battery, as you guys saw earlier, and it powered up. Checked for video. Video is good. Everything is just awesome on this freaking build. So I still have to hook it up into Betaflight, and I do have to program everything up in Betaflight. But I went ahead and, well, you guys probably don't see it, but the receiver is actually right under here. It's actually just glued on with some hot glue underneath, so that way it stays there. Already bound it to my Tyrannus, so everything is good on this build. Yeah, so like I said, the only thing left is just real quick to hook it up to Betaflight and program it. Other than that, we are good to go. So guys, if you liked my drone build video here of the iFlight XL5 frame, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button for me. And if you like my channel, if you like my reviews, hit that subscribe button down there for me. And if you want, you can hit the little bell. The bell just lets you know when I've got new videos. Typically I try and make a video every Wednesday and throw in some more videos for you guys. But as always guys, while you're waiting for my next video, let's keep our drones up in the air, flying high, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for hanging out, and have an awesome day.